cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host Slash, Freddie G, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. Welcome, fellas, to another True Tuesday episode. Let me ask you fellas something. What does catfishing, going viral, and celebrity all have in common?
Oh, shit. It's a good riddle. I don't know.
Not much of a riddle, but
I can't.
Onijah Robinson, I don't know if you guys have heard of her. She's actually a 33-year-old woman from New York that has gone viral because she was catfishing a 19-year-old Pakistani man, and she actually flew to Pakistan to marry this guy. So now, when she got to Pakistan, apparently he rejected her because his family objected of the relationship, and I believe they presumed that she was a white blonde female.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
So they ghosted her, and now she's stuck in Pakistan, or was stuck in Pakistan. While there, she ended up trying to demand funds from the local government to get her back home to New York. I'm sorry, I'm getting this all screwed up. She demanded money from the government to help build up the country better than what it was.
Build up what country?
Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
She demanded a substantial amount of money from the Pakistan government, claiming a grand vision to rebuild the country. There it is. Now, this woman, again, was not a realtor or a builder or anything like that. She just, I think, was trying to get her hustle mode kicked in when she got stranded.
Yeah.
And again, now keep in mind, she's from New York. Now, we know how New Yorkers are aggressive.
Yeah, very aggressive.
So to go to Pakistan, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Pakistan, women are the men are
yeah, the women just have to stand down.
They pretty much do, and they submissive,
right.
Very submissive to the male. So I think Onijah took advantage of that atmosphere and used that aggressiveness that she had being a New Yorker, and tried to demand or debo them into giving her some money to and sell that dream that she had of rebuilding Pakistan. Well, in doing so, the media caught wind of this, and they started giving her some exposure to where the citizens of Pakistan was getting word of this woman saying how she's going to rebuild Pakistan and make it better. So they bought into it and started treating her as if she was a celebrity, basically giving her all that she needed while she was there with no family or friends. This story has actually gone viral, and that's the combination. She started catfishing this 19-year-old. Mm-hmm. Now the story has gone viral, and now she's become a celebrity in Pakistan. What do you guys think of this whole crazy issue?
I see a lot wrong here. First, I want to start with the guy that she went to go see. Now, who did he think she was?
You never did a video chat?
Right, because what I'm saying is now your family don't approve of this girl, but who was she? Did you know that this was something? Because most of the time, you know if your parents want you dating anybody out of your race, but why would they allow him to even date a pale-faced, blue-eyed? That's what they'd rather have?
Well, again, he's 19 years old. I can imagine very shallow.
And he's in Pakistan, right? So he's Indian, right?
Yeah.
So they'd rather him date the white girl?
They probably thought chances on finances being much better being with a white chick versus.
Well, the one he had, she came out there and got her hustle on and showed him, hey man, you can get some money out here. You the one bullshitting. I see a lot wrong here because he should have had the nuts to say, "This who I like," to his parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. I think they may have those arranged marriages back in Pakistan. So, that was totally against their religion or their beliefs.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, a lot of Pakistanians I know are very, very, very nice. Very nice. And then the lady being from New York with the aggressiveness. And most of the Pakistani women are submissive. Like they just, that's the way they are, their culture. So I could just imagine that aggressive girl approaching these Pakistani women with her, volatile New York attitude and sort of deboing out of the money and making empty promises because the whole story is jacked up to begin with.
Right.
You open up with a lie. And then you're going to turn around and donate money and give money to a lie? That's basically what you just did. The first thing You tricked somebody, said you were a 19-year-old white girl, but then you were a white girl. You end up being a black girl. So right there, I'm already saying this girl's a liar.
So
I can't give you no money.
Next thing I think is wrong is now you're stranded. You went out there not able to come back.
Yeah.
What did you go out there? Did you have any common sense to say, you know what? What if they don't approve of me?
Let me get the plane ticket to come back.
But did you lie to them and tell them you was pale face, white eye, blue eyes?
They apparently found out before she got there because it's saying when she got to the home, it was already locked up and they had already bounced. So what she ended up doing was she sat outside the family's home and did a sit-in. Basically, this is where she did the demanding for the money from the government, and this is what actually went viral.
Yeah, she lost her mind.
Saying that she actually posted something saying that, you heard it here first. Make Pakistan great again.
Oh wow!
So I credit her, man. One for being bold.
So bold,
very bold and brave.
Yeah.
Because you're in another country and stranded for one.
Stranded.
But then you came up with the idea and the guts to demand. She demanded $100,000 and wanted $20,000 by the end of the week that week. So yeah, she was very bold. But that's that New York aggressiveness.
Yeah, she take $20,000 to get home. I know that much.
Well, no, that was to fix the streets. Again, she had the idea that she would be able to fix up Pakistan.
So what? I mean, so she was gonna take the $100,000 and fix up the streets of Pakistan and not go home.
That makes sense.
Yeah, she chose instead of to go home to stay there and make Pakistan great again.
She wanted $20,000 because she was behind in rent in New York by 3 months. That's what that was. That's what that was.
I don't know. It's really I mean, it's a strange one. I tell you that because I don't think I would go that far away from home to another country.
Well, I'm wondering how she got the money to even fly to Pakistan.
They probably flew her out there, I'm guessing, and they, said.
And then when they realized who she was,
yeah, it's one way. We're gonna be together. You ain't got to worry about going back. And she, okay, I'm on my way.
She's not a bad looking lady, in my opinion.
But she's not white.
So I have a question. Would y'all say that she's a con woman?
I would say so.
Yeah, she got out there and got a con.
I ain't gonna say a con. She a hustler, yeah.
Well, catfishing, in my opinion, falls up under conning.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all would say she's a con woman,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, now here's what I heard y'all saying through this whole deal. Y'all was expressing y'all views and opinions. I heard you take the fact that she's from New York and automatically associated aggressiveness with New York, which y'all are not wrong. Y'all are not wrong. But I would think that if you're a con woman and you're talking to this guy overseas in Pakistan and he's a 19-year-old, I would believe that, number one, he's already been groomed to watch to see how the men operate in Pakistan. And he automatically is kind of operating from that standpoint as far as men are, and I'm using this word loosely, are more superior than women.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So he already has that makeup because this is where he's from. This is what he sees, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that she would have approached him with an aggressive tone if she's a con woman. I believe she finessed him, and I believe that she finessed him because she's from the U.S. If we get married, you can come to the U.S.
That's what.
And we know how a lot of countries view the U.S.
Right.
as the better country, better than most of these other countries out here. And the U.S. is kind of like the American dream for the most part. So I believe it was more so of finesse rather than aggressiveness. Now, when she got there and things didn't go as planned, her survival instinct kicked in. And for the fact that, hey, black folks are, man, y'all know, man, we hustlers. We gonna get it hook or crook. We gonna figure it out. You can take us to Poland butt naked, and before you know it, we're gonna have Eskimo coats and polar bear drawers and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I believe that her instincts kicked in, and she was like, you know what, I gotta figure out a way to get some bread while I'm here. So I don't think that she probably came over as aggressive as we would think.
No, I think I agree with you. In the beginning, she finessed the guy. When she got over here and they go with his plan, I think, like you said, survival instinct kicked in, but she had to get aggressive with the ladies because, remember, they're used to being submissive. So with her aggressive tone, they ain't never seen that over there. So they were probably not only a little.
Who do you think win? 5 Pakistani men or one aggressive black woman from New York?
Shit, one aggressive black woman.
So look,
because she's
K-Buddy,
a woman.
this is a question. So she tried to get the 100,000. She demanded the money. She wanted 20,000 by the end of the week. What actually came about? Did she get the 100,000?
No, she was offered money to come back to New York. It was some organization did offer her money to send her offered her a return ticket home, but she rejected it several times. I guess she was persistent on
She was getting money then,
trying
and
to
she
make Pakistan
rejected
great. Well, she did have some funds. I'm not sure how much, but it says after she rejected the offer return trip ticket several times, eventually she came to her senses and pleaded, for a ticket to come home because her finances were running low at that time. I'm also seeing that, her son has also been trying to get her back to the U.S. and he mentioned that, she was mentally unstable.
Oh, there it is. That's the part we were missing.
So she wasn't a con artist. She was mentally unstable.
Well, I still say she could. Now, just because he's saying she's mentally unstable doesn't necessarily.
That's probably a con.
We don't know how factual that is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though he's the closest person to her that has spoke out in this situation and that probably knows her best, but we don't know what type of relationship she has with her son.
It sounds like some mental issues.
So during that whole time, and I know she didn't break no laws in that country with her so-called aggressiveness. I know that there are some countries where, people go to jail for little or nothing, or women go to jail for talking loud.
Yeah. We saw that, early last year.
So, and you mean to tell me she didn't break any laws?
Obviously not. They didn't.
It didn't make the news if she did.
Yeah,
now, as far as her aggressiveness, that was me. I'm assuming, just because she's from New York that she's aggressive. Now, I did see a couple of videos where one video in particular where I think TMZ was trying to get a story on it, and she threatened to burn them with a cigarette. So that type of aggression, but that wasn't towards the Pakistani government or the Pakistani people. Like I say, they treated her like royalty almost, except giving her the finances that she asked for. Now, whether or not she's made it back to the U.S., I thought I saw something earlier saying that she has made it back. But I just, again, think, to go to another country. Now, you guys mentioned earlier, did he know she was, I think, / you asked, did he know
she was black?
She was black prior to getting to Pakistan.
Right.
And that's a good question, because nowadays we do have capabilities where you can do the video calling. So that I don't know.
I'm sure he's seen her before on some sort of social media platform where there's pictures, but that's why I guess you're saying catfish too, because maybe she catfished him.
And I'm sure that's leading me to wonder what description she gave this guy.
Right, for his parents to think that she was not black.
Not only that, did you not, before she even got a plane ticket that came over when you met her, did you video chat? That's
what I'm saying.
You got WhatsApp. WhatsApp is free and you can video on it.
It says she just showed up at their spot. So I'm thinking, okay, in her mind, if you didn't tell this young man you look a certain type of way and you showing up, like this here, what the fuck you go think when they open the door and see this is not who you say you are.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they didn't even let it come to that. They bounced before she even got there.
That's crazy.
What kind of paper they got? They just say, we just going to move and go somewhere. The house empty. How many houses they had? That's what I was.
Well, maybe he catfished her.
I know, but look, this man, who ups and moved and go to? Did you hear what he said? They moved. They, instead of just saying go away, they moved.
But how long in between the time that they knew that she wasn't? That they knew that she wasn't white. Did they move in between?
It sounded like to me he just said she just up and flew over there. So between the time she got on the plane, which is about a 17-hour flight,
they moved within that.
They moved within that span. Yeah. That is.
I don't
insane.
know, man. I don't know. This seems a lot of it seems strange. A lot of it's not adding up to me.
Well, even after she got there and realized that they were gone. She was still insisting that, her and her husband, her future husband, was going to travel to Dubai, after they, I guess, got married. So that's what their plans was to go move to Dubai, I guess, and live their lives.
They had to have money to go to Dubai.
Well, yeah, Dubai, we know, is a very rich country.
So that means, that's telling me the family she was messing with had money. Because you upped and moved in a matter of hours. And we got to go look for an apartment. And that'll take a couple of months to move if you're a regular person. But you move within a matter of hours.
It would take more for me to move than my son trying to date somebody that's not of the type of race I want him to. It'll take more than that for me to move from where I live at to get away. I wouldn't, it's just a lot. That's why I say it's just not adding up to me.
When you get money, if you could just... it's easier to just move. Just go away, and she'll just get there, and we won't be there.
Yeah,
that's how that went.
It's too much to question in this story.
Is this a story that you were talking about, Comedian 96?
Yeah, I thought I saw a brief clip on that. The girl ended up being a black girl. I saw it. I didn't see the whole story, but it tripped me out. I thought it was fake, so I kind of flipped past it because I'm like, how you... The same thoughts I was just telling you came in my mind. Like, before you decided to get married, you didn't video chat with this lady. You was just a straight pen pal.
How long were y'all talking?
Were you talking? That's why I was like,
it's too much to question.
Hey, question. AI is evolving now. Do you think that maybe they did video chat and she could have impersonated herself as being a white woman?
They do.
Utilizing AI, could that be possible?
It's possible.
They do have those
the way
filters.
Things going now, man.
They had those filters. I just thought about that.
It's definitely possible.
I just thought about that. Those filters will do it every time. You got those filters now.
K-Money, you say that she looked a little, that she wasn't that bad looking?
Nah, she's well, I see several pictures of her.
Because I was going to say, she don't look too hot to me.
I see several pictures of her, and there's one picture where, actually, it's the one where she posted, you heard it here first, she make Pakistan
decent.
Great again.
She looked decent.
She looks decent.
Yeah.
I'll say she looks decent. Her nails are done. Yeah, she got on makeup, lashes. She looks pretty decent, but in the videos in Pakistan, you know, she's dressed just like the Pakistani women.
Okay.
You know, she's covered up and things of that nature. So
she wanted to go there. Sounds like now. When you say she started dressing like them and she was stranded there.
Well, she respected, you know, I guess their beliefs.
Yeah, she wanted to be there. It's starting to sound like she wanted to be there. And then even when she declined the tickets home, it sounds like she wanted to be there. Now you're saying she said, make Pakistan great again.
Yeah, she wanted to fix the streets of Pakistan, you know.
Yeah, she had a reason to be there, and I kind of think that the
could be. Yeah.
The mental issues have something to do with this.
It could be a combination of all of that. You know, one being rejected could have set her off and put her in a certain mental capacity, knowing that finances were limited. You know, plan just went left. But again, I credit her for having that hustle mentality and thinking that she could debo a government, totally different country and government, to give her some money and just think, had she been successful at doing so, how famous she would have became. Yeah. You know, that would have been the first black moment.
Well, she went viral.
Man, I asked a question a little earlier in the show. I asked y'all, who do you think will win? One black woman or 5 Pakistani men? And all y'all said one black woman.
Yeah. I can see them being scared of her, bro.
You ain't lying. I bet.
Scared of a black woman, yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't marry one.
That mouth.
That's why the people got ghosts, because they didn't want the son being battered by the black woman.
They thought Karen, but
yeah, they rather Karen.
Keisha.
Yeah,
I love Keisha.
No, I ain't gonna lie. My oldest daughter, her mother's from New York, and then it's so funny. She's short. She's only like 5'1". So when she get an attitude, her New York accent comes out. So every time I'm thinking about her, and I think about how she used to be, how she used to tear the club up when I say I ain't coming to the club. I was young, yeah, I was 19, 20. I say I ain't going to the club, and then I'll be there anyway, and she tear the club up, and like, you said you what? And she didn't give a damn. So I be thinking about, don't get me wrong, she's a sweetheart now, but back then when we were young, woo. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, if she had that attitude, I can see how she can draw a couple of 100,000 or 20,000 out of somebody.
Well, that's because of that aggressive attitude. You can see how
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it for real. I mean, it's
that's
being
bullying.
Debo, really.
Yeah, that's bullying it.
Yeah, it's being Debo. It is. I mean, you're not really Deboing. You just putting fear in them to where you like, let me just give them this money, man, so they can just leave me alone. It's one of them things.
Well, again, in closing, I do think Ms. Robinson was rather bold and brave, but at the same time, you got to wonder what the fuck she was thinking to fly that far with that type of plan. Because I would think the 19-year-old also sold her a dream, obviously, for her to make that move. Had her believe in something that possibly was about to happen that didn't happen. But when dealing with this social media, people, we got to be very careful. You know, there's some crazy folks out there. You know, I know we all want that 15 minutes of fame every now and again, but it's not that serious, in my opinion. I appreciate y'all joining us. Peace out. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for another episode of Women Wednesday with Freddie G. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.